This park has a 19-year-old snow leopard, equivalent to a 100-year-old human. His strength was fading with time. Even eating food has become very difficult for him, and it seemed to be reaching the end of his life. But then, the zoo introduced a young snow leopard into his enclosure. This young leopard would always annoy the older one, often sneaking in to catch him off guard. Surprisingly, the old snow leopard's physical activities have increased significantly. But as time passed, the young leopard realized his friend was getting old, so he stopped teasing the older one and began offering food to the older snow leopard. It turned out the young snow leopard's playful nature helped the old leopard stay healthy and happy. This is why you shouldn't let other people's opinions hold you back. This talented artist created a piece of art using nothing but thread, but as soon as he shared it online, people immediately began criticizing it, claiming there was a picture behind it. Frustrated by the accusations, the artist decided to prove them wrong by tearing the piece apart. It was heartbreaking to see it destroyed, but the least you can do is give him a like. This man saved a baby deer drowning in his swimming pool. The baby deer was okay, but he was all alone without his family. The man thought that releasing him back into the wild was the right thing to do, but on the next day, an unexpected guest was waiting on his front door. It seemed like the poor baby didn't know where to go, so the man decided to care for him. Since then, the baby deer has been returning every day for a bottle of milk, until one day the baby deer returned, but this time he was with his mother. The man knew in the moment that this will be their last time seeing each other. So the fawn looked at him one last time and said their final goodbyes. These parents were on a mission to find the perfect car seat for their newborn baby, but they had no idea which one should they get. So they came up with a genius idea. Test each car seat by placing their baby in it and see the reactions. If the baby cried, that means the seat isn't the one. After testing it one by one, the baby kept crying, which made the parents almost gave up. But then, finally, the baby smiled and all it took was the most expensive one. This woman found a baby hedgehog who was having difficulty breathing. She noticed that her family wasn't around, so she brought the baby home and raised her under her care. Before long, the hedgehog showed incredible progress and her little quills began to show. The woman introduced the baby to her puppy, but she couldn't open her eyes yet. The baby grew stronger every day and she couldn't wait to see the beautiful home that she was in. A few months passed by and the baby hedgehog is all grown up. She turned into a beautiful creature that loved to eat strawberries by the pool and found her forever home. If you want her to, subscribe. This man found a small baby octopus while walking on the beach, and he didn't know what to do, but he felt responsible for it. The man made a heartfelt decision to bring it home and raise it. He made a special tank for the octopus so it could get comfortable. The octopus was shy at first, but over time it showed great affection for its rescuer. They played catch, toy sharks, and even Rubik's Cube together. But as it grew larger, the man felt that the tank he made will soon be too small for it, so he went back to the beach to release it back into the ocean. But to his amazement, the octopus hugged the man's feet as if it was saying thank you before saying goodbye. This baby puma lost his parents. He was shivering and didn't know what to do. A family passed by and brought him into their home. They knew that the baby was hungry, so they fed him to make sure that he regains a little strength. After his belly was filled with good food, the rescuers rubbed his belly and he went to sleep. The baby was shy at first, but after time, he opened his heart and started to believe again. A few years went by, and the baby is all grown up. He grew into a fierce puma with big, beautiful eyes. He acts tough in front of smaller animals, but acts like a baby when around his rescuers, showing them that he's grateful for all the joy and kindness he had received. If this warmed your heart, subscribe. This woman found a strange baby creature lying helplessly in her garden. It was so small and alone, so the woman brought it home and took it under her care. Before long, the baby creature turned into a baby sugar glider in need of constant attention. The woman nourished it with nutritious milk to ensure the baby's growth, and it felt safe in the woman's arms. It kept holding onto her fingers and wouldn't let go, as if it was thankful for the woman's help. But sugar gliders are meant to fly, so the woman had to be ready to let it go. The sugar glider was scared at first, but with practice and encouragement, it was ready to spread its wings and fly away into freedom. If this touched your heart, subscribe. This woman noticed a giant bug stuck in her headlight, and she tried to get it out with a stick and pull it out gently. But as soon as it got out, it immediately fell into the ground. The woman picked it up, and the butterfly tried to fly away, but she couldn't, because her beautiful wings were broken. And what was really surprising, the woman didn't just let her go, and even brought her to the local pet store as if she felt responsible. And for 2 short, beautiful days, they did everything together, and for a moment they were best friends. But the sad part is, when the butterfly's wings recovered, the woman's heart broke as she had to let her go. If this touched your heart, subscribe. This biker panicked and knocked on cars' windows begging them to move away, just seconds before he reached a traffic jam and heard a family crying because their little girl was having a serious seizure, and if they didn't reach the hospital in time, she could lose her life. The biker shouted at people to clear the way, but it was impossible, and he panicked knowing the girl could die at any moment. But he told the father to hold her girl tight and get on the bike. He took all the risk, running several red lights and almost hit another bike. When they reached the hospital, he didn't leave and had to know if the girl was going to be okay. This bird unexpectedly flew into this woman's apartment. It flapped its wings all around with no certain direction. The woman was so scared and told it to go away, but it won't leave and flies on top of her head. The bird quickly got comfortable, but the woman was still afraid of it. But she gradually sees it as a poor little bird with beautiful feathers that needs a home. Before long, the woman took care of her, and they got attached to each other. The bird filled her lonely days and made her feel beautiful, and since then they did everything together and became best friends. If you think they're beautiful, subscribe. This girl is blind, but every day she patiently sits at the door waiting for her beloved husband. And when he finally arrives home and walks close to her, she somehow senses his presence and greets him with a sweet smile.
This woman found a bobcat struggling to move in the woods. His paw was caught in a metal trap while he was hunting, and when she approached him, he got scared. He couldn't understand that she was only there to help, so he kept fighting back. But something changed when she lowered her shield and looked him in the eyes. He suddenly lay still in the snow, allowing her to gently release the trap. But the best part is, when he was finally free, he just stood there, looking at her, as if he was trying to say, "Thank you for saving me."
This bodybuilder was playing tug of war with animals at the zoo because his friends bet $100 that he couldn't beat all the animals. But things didn't go as expected. He started with the small animals and beat them using just one hand. But the moment bigger animals joined the game, things got harder than before. The fact that he instantly used both hands for the tiger and still wasn't able to move it an inch. But the funniest part is when he lost to the tiger and still thought he stand a chance against an elephant. These 2 trainee chefs were really struggling to grab this very hot kebab skewer with their hands. But then the restaurant owner showed up to show them how it's done. Without hesitating, he grabbed the burning skewer like it was nothing. His employees were really amazed and thought that he was just built different. Little did they know, his hand was burning the whole time, but the aura had to be protected. Something incredible happened after this husband was always helping his wife. Every time she wiped the floor, he would gather the toys and lift the carpet, while their curious little boy watched them doing this every day. But what's really beautiful is that one day, when the kid noticed his dad wasn't there, he looked around and saw his mom cleaning the floor. He felt responsible, so he quickly knelt down and lifted the carpet. His mom didn't see it at first, but look how surprised she got as she saw him imitating his dad. If you find this adorable, subscribe. This boy accidentally fell into the gorilla enclosure at a zoo and lost consciousness due to the incident. Even worse, a large gorilla began approaching him, making visitors hold their breath in fear. One blow from an adult silverback gorilla could knock out a buffalo, so everyone feared something terrible would happen to the child. However, unexpectedly, the gorilla slowly moved forward and sat near the boy. When other gorillas approached, it even drove them away. The gorilla then gently touched the child, but he still didn't wake up. Concerned that other gorillas might harm the child, the gorilla chose to sit near him and protect him. The boy woke up and began crying loudly out of fear. Visitors worried that the sound of crying would anger the gorilla, but surprisingly, the gorilla realized it had scared the child. It told its friends to move away from the area, allowing the zoo staff to safely rescue the boy. These soldiers kicked down the door and acted against the young man. His parents desperately reported him to the military because they've given up on trying to guide him. For years, he had stayed at home, constantly on his phone, refusing to go to school. Because of this, his body became weak and slightly hunched due to a lack of physical activity. The military then brought him to a special training camp for undisciplined youths. There, he was trained to carry out various activities, such as personal hygiene, gardening, shopping at the market, and even practicing martial arts. But the purpose of this training was to restore his physical physical health and shape him into a disciplined individual. And even if he's not perfect, this boy deserves a like. This father was shocked. When they were going on a holiday to the beach, the boy brought all his ducklings along. The father was confused on how to look after so many ducklings while at the beach. But when they arrived at the beach, the father was even more surprised. It turned out to be so easy to watch all those ducklings because they always followed wherever the child went.
When she was about to enter a fancy restaurant, she found out that her ex works there, and that makes her doesn't want to go anymore. But then she remembers that her friends were already waiting inside. So she walked in again, but the moment she saw his face, she just couldn't do it. Then she noticed something funny. Every time a customer came in or left, he would politely bow. So she decided to troll him, and his reaction is so funny, and if you would do the same, subscribe.